Hey there clan, and welcome to another video I haven't done in a while, which is a trailer analysis. The Dragon Age 3 trailer came out yesterday at E3. I have a live reaction of it if you want to go and check it out. But I wanted to actually have a closer look at the trailer, and I've watched the trailer quite a few times, and I've noticed a few things that I do want to comment on. I'm using a new kind of software that does allow me to pause it and slow it down ever so slightly, frame by frame, hopefully. So we're going to have a wee look at it. If I see anything interesting, we're going to have a wee look analysis. But before I get into the trailer, which by the way, the trailer is fucking fantastic. I loved it. And apparently it is all in-game footage. It isn't like a pre-rendered cutscene. It's actually all this was rendered in-game. But the first thing I want to talk about is an image that appeared on the Dragon Age Inquisition website. And I'll get it up here. That picture is very, very interesting to me because apparently this is the Inquisitor. I've got now, it isn't confirmed, but I'm pretty sure it is since he is on there. And you notice that the rings that he's wearing are different symbols for different factions in the Dragon Age universe. Now the obvious one to the furthest right on his, on the first one, if we're going right to left, so from here to here, we can see that is the symbol of the Templars. And that is a very interesting thing because, as I say, the Templars, let's just say after the events of Asunder, aren't exactly in the best favour. Now, the next symbol, I am not 100% sure what the next two are. I do believe one of them is the symbol of the Inquisition. I'm not too sure, as I said, I'd need to have a quick look into the Dragon Age lore. But the next two are a bit of a mystery, especially that red glowing one. That I don't know what it is. I don't know if that could possibly maybe be blood inside it, which means it could be a warden ring for an event of the joining, as it says if you don't know in the Dragon Age lore, as after the joining they take blood of the fallen wardens who did not pass the joining and put it into a locket. I don't know if that could maybe be in a ring form, but it is very interesting to see that this is wearing it. And the final symbol is the symbol of the Seekers. Now each of these symbols most notably will represent different factions in the game, more than likely, and also possibly the factions that you need to try and maybe convince to help against the greater threat, which it was displayed in the Dragon Age Inquisition trailer. Now, as I say, there's a lot of speculation going on about certain things, but this image is very interesting to me. Other YouTuber, Lady Insanity, I believe her name is, did point out that these could be the factions, so I did get that from her, so thank you for that if she's watching, which I doubt it. And I did notice this image again, and I had a wee bit better look into it. Now, as I say, this is very interesting because that could be some of the factions that you may have to try and win over, and how you get these factions could be impactful. It could be, do you take them by force, or do you maybe actually try and convince them to join you, which I think is going to be the harder of the two, sorry. But it's very interesting. Does that mean that, as I said, we know that the Inquisitor is really a nameless party, and he just wants to, well, we don't know what he wants to do exactly, but we don't know that the Inquisition is trying to gather forces. So this could symbolise a couple of factions, and each faction is represented by a ring. Now this may not be the only factions in there. That is, we've still got a few factions. Like one of those rings could be the so-called Magi ring, which I don't know. It could be like the one that's like a plus sign with a little circle in it. That could represent the circle because it's the so-called Magi. So that could be the Templars, so-called Magi, Grey Wardens, and Seekers. And after the events of Asunder, it's easy to see that three of those factions are bloodthirsty for each other. The Templars and Seekers disbanding from the Chantry. So yeah, that's going to be kind of fun. And the so-called Magi and in full-scale rebellion. Now, as I say, the one on the third finger, I'm thinking maybe the Grey Warden. As I say, it's red, it's glowing blood. It could signify that, but I could be completely wrong. As I say, let me know what your thoughts are. As I say, each of these rings could represent different factions, or they could just be, maybe the Inquisitor just thought, you know, these rings look fabulous. And another thing, that sword looks awesome. That sword better be in the game. Like, if that's the sword, god damn, that's awesome. That's fucking awesome, I'm not gonna lie. I want it. Like, it's a dragon's head with, oh, it's awesome. But yeah, that image I just thought it deserved a little mention. There aren't many other images of Dragon Age 3 beyond the ones that they showed us. But if you have a moment, we'll just swap over to the trailer analysis. So we are here. Now, of course, I've skipped ahead a little teeny bit to skip the part where it shows off all that, but this is from the E3 floor, so do apologise. But I just wanted to note that this is wow. So we'll start playing it.
More of this war than you can imagine.
Do apologise, it does take a minute or two.
None shall be untouched by the fires above.
But yeah, if we kind of notice here, if we go back a frame or two, I think, just give me a moment. I actually need to get one of the little buttons that's not on the screen apparently. But oops, no, just skip to the end. No, I do apologise. I'll have to get the timing just right. It doesn't be frame by frame.
None shall be untouched by the fire.
But yeah, I think it's safe to say this place is pretty much fucked. Now, that just looks like a standard normal small shield, but that could be a symbol. I don't know.
Above.
I tend to overanalyze things. But yeah, here's our first shot of that basically made everyone cream their pants. It's Bianca, and I think we can easily see that that is the one, the only Varric. Now it does look like Varric is experienced more. Like he does have a kind of a new look. He hasn't got his long hair this time. He'd probably go out with a ponytail, but if you notice that he's got a scar on here, which I don't think he had in Dragon Age 2. It's been a while since I've played Dragon Age 2, but he does look generally the same. A couple of changes in the wardrobe, that this does look like a Varric that's been through hell. So what kind of hell has he been through? Does this mean he's going to be a party member after the events of him being interrogated by Cassandra Pentagast? It's interesting to see like what's Varric been through, and he is a storyteller, but this isn't the Varric who's happy-go-lucky and making jokes, because it looks like he's gone through hell and back again. So if you give me a moment, I'm going to lower the volume on the computer a little bit. I apologise. But yeah, we'll go through again. But yeah, the thing is here, like, why the hell is he doing this? I don't get that. Like, the face is covered by, it looks like these bodies have been here for a while, so this could be very late into the game maybe. But why is he trying to, like, is he feeling to see if it's a face? Like, is he closed? Like, I think the eyes are already closed, because that's something you do, you close somebody's eyes. But now, as I say, this is a bit blurry. I'll try and see if I can get a better look. But to me, if we try and get back a little bit, I don't know, that flag, it's really tricky to see what it is. But it does look oddly like a lion, maybe. But yeah, I'll see if I can get back to it. But you can see here, this place is completely fucked up. I don't know what this is, what kind of symbol that is. I can't get a clear shot. I can't go frame by frame, unfortunately. But it isn't a symbol I recognise. But it could be maybe the symbol of Orlesian or an Orlesian thing. It's tough to say. But we'll move on. Like Varric taking a dump. But this, yeah. This is kind of interesting because I don't know. Like, this isn't an area I don't think we've been to in Dragon Age. This is more than likely going to be set in Orlais. But it does look like a kind of fortress. I'm sorry I'm overanalyzing this. And I don't know, that on top of there, I don't know if that could be a griffin, because it by the shape of the body and the wingspan, it doesn't look like a bird, so it could be a griffin. So this here could be the Orlesian encampment of the Grey Wardens, because if they don't know, the symbol of the Wardens is the griffin. And this to me, just as it is, if you can, as it is, I might be over analysing it, but it does look like a griffin shape. As it says, it looks like it's on all fours, the wingspan's pretty damn big. It looks like a griffin to me. So this could be the Grey Wardens. So we'll play on there. I think we can even see that this is a Kunari. Like, this one's pretty damn badass. Like, the sword kind of gives it away. Big horns. Like, we don't know. This Kunari could be a party member. A couple of people have speculated that he is a party member. But really, it's a little different look from the Kunari that we're used to seeing, like from Dragon Age. Like, if we get a look at his ugly mug right here, yeah, looks like he's a. I don't know. Like, is he going to be a party member? It's not Sten. I know that much. Sten doesn't have horns, so that could be interesting. And well, of course, I think we could easily say that this is a war room. As it's difficult to see the map here, but it does look like they're planning to take a fortress by the looks of it. And we will see a symbol momentarily that we can verify that these are the Seekers. That this is a Seeker, but the armor isn't very Seeker-esque in my opinion. But as I said, we don't know that much about Seeker. These could be the Seeker Grunt ones. In fact, oh no, it is. Like, this is the armor for Seekers in training from Dawn of the Seeker, if memory serves me. But I'm very interested in this guy here. I'm very interested because of what happens in Asunder. Minor spoilers here. But the Lord Seeker in this is Lord Seeker Lambert, I believe. What the hell's his name? It's near the end, I know that much. He's in the game and he's a bit of a tyrant. Like, he's very much in the beliefs that well, basically mages should be chained. and he is the one that actually signs the agreement to say, by the way, Chantry, we ain't working with you anymore. And I don't think this is him. I don't want to spoil Asunder, but something does happen that does indicate. Now, the story does. Asunder ends in a bit of a cliffhanger. And I don't know if this is Lord Seeker Lamb, but I don't think it is, because I do believe it is him on the front cover of this. Like, sorry, you can't see it. And he appears to have white hair here. This guy has black. But he is wearing something on his head that resembles like a crown. So I'm thinking that this is the new Lord Seeker of the Seekers. I could be wrong, but as I said, we've got the eye, we've got the symbol here. He isn't exactly dressed for combat. But yeah, I'm thinking this is the Lord Seeker of the Seeker Order. So we'll move on.
As this world.
And yeah, this here, yeah, like it's tough to see. I'd say if we try and go back a little bit, like, well, there's Cassandra. We know who that is. Go back a little bit. We'll play a little bit. I don't know what that's similar. I originally thought that this was the dwarves. I thought this was the dwarves because the dwarves are very well known for making their big doors. But this symbol, I honestly don't recognise it. And a lot of people speculate that this could be the Grey Wardens with the design of the helmets. And a couple of wee things here, since we did possibly see the Grey Warden encampment. But it's tricky to say, as I say, I don't recognise this symbol. Like, I'd have to skim through the world of Thedas. In fact, I might just do that, actually, see if I can recognise the symbol. There is a section on symbols. No, it's not that. I'll go the Elysian part. It does show quite a few symbols, but I don't actually recognise any of these symbols. Like, I don't recognise that symbol here. As I say, I'm trying to see if I can see it in this part that shows symbols off. In fact, hold on. The helmets are actually, it is a Grey Warden. Yeah, it's a Grey Warden because of here. In the world of Thedas, it actually shows the armour that he's wearing. Right there. I do apologise. In fact, I'll switch over to the normal camera just for a moment. But yeah, like, there's the armour that is illustrating the Grey Wardens in the world of Thedas. And if we go back to the trailer, that armour is very similar to that one there. So these are the Grey Wardens more than likely. So it means that the Grey Warden fort has been stormed. And who's it been stormed by, we see in the next thing.
It's torn.
Is that is obviously Cassandra Pentagast. By the look of her, by the symbol on her chest, by, of course, her hair, you can recognise it. It's very similar to the outfit she wore in Dragon Age 2, so this is more than likely Cassandra Pentagast. And she's storming the Grey Warden fort. And, well, it looks like this place got pretty fucked up. Now, I am not 100% certain if this is the Grey Warden fort. As I say, we only saw it from a distance, but I can't see the Griffin statue anywhere. But I did play a little bit. I originally, I'm going to be honest, thought that this was Val Ryu. But looking at it again, it doesn't match the description from Dragon Age Asunder. So it probably isn't. I'm pretty sure it's not. But the architecture is very Orlesian from what I've read in the world of Thedas. And as I say, from here, this is more than likely the Grey Warden fort, since we just saw it getting broken in by Cassandra. But that does add a couple of questions. Why are the Seekers going after the Grey Wardens? The Grey Wardens are a neutral party, at least they are meant to be. Hence the title, Grey. The Grey Wardens are neutral. They don't get involved in politics unless it's absolutely necessary. And why are they going after the Grey Wardens? Now, I have a couple of theories that maybe, possibly, the Lord Seeker's been manipulated, as of what we see later on, to take out the Grey Wardens, because as you know, the Grey Wardens are the only ones who can slay an archdemon, and we'll get to that momentarily. But now we get to my favourite secret. This here. Okay, I'll just pause it momentarily. I think if you're a Dragon Age fan, you know what this is. This is the veil. Like, this is the veil between the Fade, the dream world, and reality. And it's been torn. It's been torn. And that is very dangerous. That takes magic on a high level. Like, ripping the veil in small quantities is very difficult alone. Like, it does take a very powerful mage to rip a veil open. This, on the other hand, is a massive rip scale. This takes immense magic, to the equivalent of the magic of a god. It would take to do this. And originally I had no idea who this was. I'm not gonna lie, but some people have said that this is Cassandra. I honestly, it looks like if this is Cassandra, it doesn't look like her. Like, From going from Dragon Age 2, it doesn't look like her. Honestly, in fact, I'll see if I can get an image up momentarily. Give me a moment. Cassandra. I'll see if I can get a quick image up on Google Images. Give me a moment. Yeah, this looks like a good image. So if you'll give me a moment, I'll just add it in here. Window. Yeah, there we are. And give me one, I'll make it a little smaller. But yeah, if we compare the two side by side, there are similarities. I'm not going to lie, there are similarities, but the armor's wrong. Like, that's not a Seeker's armor shift. Like, there's a Seeker's armor right there. Now, it could have changed between Dragon Age 2 and 3, but I don't think that's Cassandra. I honestly don't, but as it says, there are similarities to maybe somehow the eyes are, but the skin tone's a little bit iffy, the hair, they're using the new Frostbite engine, so it could be different, but it just doesn't look like Cassandra to me. I could be wrong, as it says, I'll happily admit if I'm wrong, but it just doesn't look like Cassandra to me, I'm not going to lie. So if you just come on, I'll remove that. But yeah, a lot of people are saying that this is Cassandra. If you'll just give me a moment, I need to close a couple windows, my performance has gone down. But it does, I don't think it is Cassandra. As I said, if it is her, I'll admit I'm wrong. As I said, there's a good possibility that it is her, but I just don't think it is. It says she doesn't look like Cassandra to me. As I said, I could be wrong. As I said, it is Cassandra Pendergast. I think Mike Laylaw may have confirmed that it is Cassandra. He did say Cassandra was in the trailer, but that was the Cassandra who was storming the Grey Warden Fort. And really, as it says, I think this might be a new character. Because, as it says, the armor is different from a Seeker's one. This looks very much more like maybe a rogue or as it says, if we look here, like, I don't think a Seeker wears that kind of... This could be an Elysian, because the Elysian are very known for their frilliness, if we shall say. It's difficult to say, as it says, I could be wrong. If it's Cassandra, but I just don't think it's Cassandra. The tone of the skin's a bit iffy. The hair may be similar, but it just doesn't look like a Seeker's armor. The Seeker's armor, as it says, is very bulky. I could be wrong, I'll happily admit if I'm wrong, but it just doesn't look like Cassandra to me. Now, of course, we've got the deal. Now, what I've followed on this here. Now, I took screenshots of these and tweeted them because I want to know what the fuck these are. Now, there's a lot of speculation saying that they're demons, but as it says, we'll get to a bit later in the trailer, a lot of speculation that these are demons, and some people have even speculated that these are the old gods before the Dragon Age. Like, these are the old gods of maybe the Elvan, or even the old gods of man. As it says, these could be the old elven gods. It's a good speculation, a good, actually, in my opinion, good indication. But if we look at this around, there's no eyes, as from what I can tell. Very dreadlocky style, golds, insignias here. Very something you don't want to kiss. Now here's one that's very interesting to me. See if I can get a better shot of it. There we are. This here is very... It could just be the colour scheme, but this here looks like red lyrium, in my opinion. It's very similar to what happened to Knight Commander Meredith. Like, she became basically near enough pure red lyrium. And I don't know, this looks very much like red lyrium, like what would happen if someone's exposed to it. That could be an old god as well, it could be a demon, it's tough to say. But it does look like something that you're going to have to deal with. It does look pretty badass, as it says. There's a helmet on it, so it was human at one point. It could have been a human, this could be a mutated human being. It's difficult to say what it could be, but it looks very much like the some similarities to the rock monsters from Dragon Age 2 when you're in the Deep Roads. Some similarities to a human, but in my opinion, it definitely has some similarities to someone who maybe was exposed to red lyrium for a long period of time. And then we've got this bad boy, who unfortunately I can't get a clear shot of. Nah, I could get a clear shot. See if I can get back a little bit. This just looks like a demon to me. But long nails, it could be a god, it's difficult to say. And then we get this bad boy. Now, this here is very interesting, in my opinion. Some people have speculated that this is Flameth. The wingspan, the wing colour is very similar, but I just don't think this is Flameth. I honestly don't. Honestly don't think this is Flameth. I believe this is an archdemon. Like, if we look at the world of Thedas, I'll try. Oops, I almost broke something there. See if I can find the page. Give me a moment. I should have already got this all out beforehand, but yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, because there are still two archdemons still asleep. There are still two old dragon gods that are still asleep. There is Radikal, the Dragon of Mystery, and Lucican, the Dragon of Night. We don't know what these look like. Like I said, each archdemon supposedly looks different. But I think this is an archdemon. If this is an archdemon, then it's more than likely that there's another blight coming. But as I stated here, there are still two archdemons, still two old gods still asleep. So this could only be one of them. As I say, it's very tricky. Is this Radical or is this Lucican? It's difficult to say. As it says, we're looking at him. It says it doesn't look like the dragon that Flemeth transforms into, but Flemeth is a shapeshifter, so she could have changed it ever so slightly. But yeah, I don't think it is Flemeth. I also don't think it's Flemeth. I do believe that this is another archdemon, and if there's an archdemon up, it means that there's another blight coming. Now, as it says, after the events of Dragon Age Awakening, there should be no blights. There should be no blights after the events of Dragon Age Awakening, because depending on your choice, like in my Dragon Age Awakening, I let the Architect live. I let him continue his experiments because it was an end to the blight. It was an end to all blights, and there were only two possible blights left. So if this is one of the old gods, then more than likely the previous demons that we saw are old gods as well. It's really tricky to say for 100% certainty. I don't think it's Flemeth. But I could be wrong. As is, if it is Flemeth, then it is. If it isn't, it isn't. But yeah, I do think that this is an archdemon. More than likely, more evidence from me personally leads it to be an archdemon, because it would take the power of an old god to rip the veil. It would take that. It wouldn't be an easy task. So I don't know. It's difficult to say. But I do believe this is an archdemon. If this is one of the archdemons, then where's the other one? So, and then we've got Sexy Morrigan. I actually want to make a quick comment. I love this look. I love it. Like, it's new, it shows that she's had experience, but the thing is, where is she? Where is Morrigan? There's no background, there's no desert, there's nothing. It's literally just blackness. Is she still in the Olluvian? Because after the events of Witch Hunt, I'll use my warden example, my warden went with her. Is she inside the Olluvian? Because she does state that she's seen things. She's seen more of this war. She still has her necklace, which is nice. But someone has stated that this could be Flemeth. Like, maybe Flemeth caught up with Morrigan, and maybe she's inside there. I doubt it. I highly doubt it because of the fact that Flemeth, well, I don't think she could follow Morrigan. I think Morrigan went through the Olluvian to escape Flemeth in some way. As I say, maybe Flemeth couldn't follow her through the Olluvian, but Flemeth is an old creature. So it could be, but I highly doubt it. I don't think that would be the case. And plus, if it was Flemeth, I think her voice would still be the same, because I know Flemeth is that kind of character that wouldn't change her voice because she loved it too much. Plus, it's Captain fucking Janeway. You can't replace Captain Janeway. For those who don't know, the voice actress for Flemeth is actually Captain Janeway from Star Trek Voyager. A little bit of geeky knowledge for you there. But the new look of Morrigan's very interesting. She's still got the purple. She looks fucking awesome. And still voiced by Claudia Black, who is one of my favourite voice actresses and also one of my favourite actresses. But we do look at this look. It is a bit more Orlesian, I want to say, because of the frilliness and a lot more but yeah, this is a new look. It does. I'll wait till we get a closer look at her face. But this does look like a Morrigan that is experienced. This does look like a Morrigan who's been through quite a lot. She's got a new look. The hair's very down, very sumptuous, very Morrigan, very seductress-like. As I say, I just wanted to comment that I love the new look of Morrigan. She looks really, really good. I don't know, this outfit very revealing. I'm not going to lie, but that is Morrigan's character. She uses her abilities as a woman to get what she needs if she needs to, which it's Morrigan. And she's still got the feathers. That's nice. Very roughly, I'm not gonna lie. Like, that is gold, by the way. That's not art. I think that's armor in some way, shape, or form. Like, I know it's. Your brother. Oh, that's just an excuse to point at her tits. No, if we go even back and see if I can get a better look at it. The top part looks like an overlay. But underneath is gold. Like, is that an armor of some kind? Is there a reason she's wearing gold under there? As it could be me just reading into things, but is there a reason why she's wearing gold under there? Is there a particular reason for that? And if it's Morrigan, there's a reason, because Morrigan didn't wear a bra. But we'll play on, and to the final part.
You stand against it?
Huh. Just noticed that she's got some marks on her face. Huh. Interesting. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm over analysing. But it looks like she's got some marks on her face, so she's probably in a battle or two recently. And then we've got this guy. Now, speculation, but it's pretty much guaranteed that this is the Inquisitor. This is the Inquisitor, and really we don't know much else. This is the Inquisitor, that's all we know. Going from the territories and geography of Orlais, this could more than likely be the Inquisitor. And where is it? Where's the map? There is a map here. Where is it? Oh, I found the symbols. Yeah, I found the symbols. Now I don't need them, but the symbols no here. It's all right. If we're going in Orlais, there's only a few places in the Orlesian area where this could be. There's not that many desert areas. The only area that is possibly could be is the western approach, the abyssal reach. And this area was featured in the Dragon Age Asunder novel, in which basically is where a tower was, where a part of the Blight happened, where, if memory serves me, something catastrophic happened there that caused the ground to split. The abyss literally goes down to the deep roads. Now, this here is very interesting because it's a very deserty area, apparently, from what I can remember. I could be wrong. But I think that's kind of interesting that they would show them in this area. I'll see if I can get a better shot. But missed it. Let's see if I can get I've missed it again. But yeah, I do think that if this is where I think it is, as it says, going from the geography of Orlais, the Inquisitor is coming out of the Abyssal Reach. Very deserty area, of memory serves me, from Asunder. That's very interesting to me because I don't want to spoil it, but a big event happens there in the Asunder that could maybe explain that could explain maybe what the Inquisitor could be. I could be reading into things, I could be over-analysing it, but it's very interesting to me that they would show him in a deserty area, like he's rising from the desert. Does that mean maybe he was a prisoner? Does it mean that may be where the Inquisition comes from? As it could be the Abyssal Reach and the Western Approach. I could be wrong. I don't know that many desert areas in Thedas. I don't know that many from my knowledge. I need to have a lot more detailed look into the world of Thedas. I think there's nothing really else of the trailer except for the title, Dragon Age Inquisition, and I think that's about it. I'm just making sure. Fall 2014, that's fine. Yep, there's nothing else. Okay, just give me a moment. I'll switch over to my camera. But yeah, just give me a moment to close a few things. But yeah, discard. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little analysis. As looking at it in more detail, I was able to spot more things. As it says, a couple of quick questions, like as it says, why are the Seekers attacking the Grey Wardens? What kind of creature or being has the power to rip open the veil on that scale? And there's only one answer. It's a god. And there's only a few ones that pop in my head. Could it be maybe one of the old gods? Maybe one of the old gods of the dragons one of the old dragons have been woken up and that had the power. Maybe two of them woken at the same time. Or could it be the Magister from Dragon Age Legacy? A lot of people have forgotten about him and do speculate that he is more than likely dead. But if you look at the ability, Adrian actually pointed this out to me, that the Grey Warden, who is very far along in the Blight area, very far along in the corruption, like he was very corrupt from the Darkspawn blood. It looked like he got possessed by the Magister, which could indicate that the Magister is still alive, and the Magisters were the ones that did go into the Fade and go into the Gold City, which became the Black City. No, it's not the Gold City. The City of the Maker, basically, who turned it into the Black City. And that is the only other creature that, if you don't want to include gods, that I think could have the power to open up the veil on that scale. It's really, really interesting in my opinion. I do hope that they do explore this a little more. I do hope we get a little more information during E3, hopefully. As it says, that was apparently all in-game footage. Apparently, as I said, I don't trust BioWare, but that did look really interesting to me, and I do hope that they explore it a little bit more. If you noticed anything in the trailer that I didn't notice, please put it in the comment section down below. It looked really interesting in my opinion. I do think that they will explore a lot more stuff in there. I've done a lot of speculation. As I say, there's a lot of questions, a lot of things in there. But the game looks fantastic so far, and I'm glad that it's not coming out this year. I'm glad it's coming out next year in April and fall of 2014, because it gives them more and more time to perfect it. And I do hope that this game is good. I do hope, and with this trailer, I have faith in BioWare again. This trailer was exactly what I wanted from them to show. I wanted in-game stuff, and I wanted a trailer. They gave me both. So thank you, BioWare, for that. Definitely look at the trailer, in my opinion, if you're a big Dragon Age fan. I will do some more research into that symbol. I will have a wee look at it, but it does look like the Grey Wardens are the main target of the Seekers, which makes me think, why? Why? I'm very interested in that. Why are the Seekers attacking the Grey Wardens? Why? I think that maybe the Lord Seeker, if it's the same one from Asunder, which I doubt it, who was Lord Seeker Lambert, I believe. Yeah, he's corrupted. He's a very corrupted guy. If it's him, which I highly doubt it, because he was an older gentleman, that guy would look young. If it is him, we're fucked, because that guy is ruthless, and I do mean ruthless. I'm smart, but ruthless. So I do hope that if that isn't him, this guy is maybe being manipulated, because I don't think, as is the Seekers, is very tricky. As I say, the image as well is still, I'm still thinking about that image. I want those rings. By the way, BioWare, BioWare, if you're watching this, and the collector's edition, include those rings, and I will buy it in a heartbeat. I want those rings. Give me them. Like, BioWare collector's edition, I want those rings. And that sword. But the rings I'll be okay with. Bless me, I do apologise for that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little look into the trailer. Let me know if you noticed anything I didn't. And I thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. As always, I'm Scottish Warrior 92. And I'll see you all later. Ciao for now.